Tonight's Street Stocks Minivans, Hobby Stocks Sportsman and Late Models, and the novelty is the Street Stock Tag Team. So Cheeto Hesse getting a couple of warm-up laps. He'll pull it back around and will line up back in order. Going to head down and clean off the transponder eye. Looking at our point standings for the Tobacco Wallet Plus Grocery NASCAR Late Models. Going to get good, folks. 6 NASCAR races left, including tonight. We've got back-to-back weeks of double features and Oktoberfest. Nick Peditsky, Steve Carlson now tied. Nick Clements coming off the big win last week, third, followed by Brent Kirshner and Mike Carlson. In the Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel Sportsman, 3 DQs last week has really opened things up now. Chris Webber only has a 6-point lead over Tom Leathy. Jeff Thompson now in the championship talk. He's only 8 back of first. It's followed by Sam Niles and Brian Hesselberg. Auto Value Hobby Stocks, Caleb Hardy tightening his grip over Jason Boster, Brandon Gallagher, Taylor Dobbs, and Alex Rude. Ants Complete Pest Control Hornets taking the night off tonight. Mark Bornitz has a slim 16-point lead over Jimmy Bjorkman. Chris Berg is third, Jake Schaumers fourth, and Sean McCarthy is fifth. Auto Value Street Stocks, Chris Larson has a slim 5-point lead over the up-and-coming Jake Schaumers. Jonathan Burbach is third, Cheeto Hessig is fourth, Zach Leach is fifth. In the minivans, which we'll see tonight, Rob Stanfield, a comfortable lead over Keith Larson, Chris Larson, Al Bartles, and Matt Bornheimer. We are going to have a novelty tonight. Sean McCarthy leads in the point standings, 5 over Rob Stanfield, 9 over Chris Berg, followed by John Hebner and Caleb Hardy. Going to try it again with the number 12, Advantage Auto Savage 89 Dodge Caravan out of Tomah, Wisconsin, Al Bartles. As Bartles powers it up, his 30th year racing short tracks. Billy Niles, why do we qualify all of these vans?
Well, the purpose of qualifying, as we check out Bartle's time, the purpose of qualifying is to set the lineups for tonight's heat races and for tonight's features. 18.897 for the first trip around for Bartles as he comes around for his second trip. And Bartles will tip the stripe at...
The transponder not responding for Bartles' second time around, so we're going to send Cheeto Hessig out, and for the third time back in line. Budweiser Dash for the late models. Paninsky Carlson tied. Nick Clements 20 points back. Budweiser Dash for the Sportsman. It's Chris Webber 20 better than Tom Leathy. Jeff Thompson 60 back. Budweiser Dash for the Hobby Stocks. Caleb Hardy, Brandon Gallagher, Jason Bolster. For the late models Rookie of the Year, it's Steve Bachman. Pretty much going to carry that one home. Sportsman Henry Vian, a solid lock over John Groskopf. And Hobby Stocks Alex Rude, a big lead over Joel Geisers. So Cheeto's going to give it a shot again, running double duty tonight, running vans and street stocks. $19,145 for Clayton Cheeto Hessig. I thought maybe it was that blinding, ugly yellow and dirt that was blinding the transponder there momentarily. You see chunks of mud flying off the back end of it. Could use a windshield wash as well. Second time is a 19,069. 19,069 Clayton Cheeto Hessig. Next out in the Pontiac, Montana. Across Wisconsin's Keith Larson, currently second in points. He and Chris Larson pretty much need Rob Stanfield just to not even come out tonight in the 77, have a chance in the point standings. Only a handful of minivan races left for 2019. Larson bunny hopping and out of turn 4. 17.925 was his first lap. 17.925. Next up, the number 2 Ford Windstar, La Crosse, Wisconsin's Chris Larson. Chris Larson, of course, both Larsons will also be in our street stocks tonight.
A lot of double duty drivers tonight between the minivans and the street stocks.
Well, as the transponder decides to stop being grumpy, start getting some solid times for you folks.
Maybe the transponder's warm like the rest of us.
Let you. Can't include me in that conversation.
You are not that cool.
So Larson will be a guinea pig for the transponder, and again, they may have to go down and attend to the lens. 18862. Next out, the number 13. Don't have to know anything else but the number and the color. It's not on my sheet, but that's going to be Mark Chalet. Or that's Jonathan Smalls, Burbach, out of Winona. He stole Chalet's colors.
He's got me written on the hood.
2005 Buick Terraza. Back in, bouncing all over the place, shaking a bunch of dirt out of that. Smalls in a Buick Terraza. That may be the first Terraza we've ever had out here. 19990, and the back windshield wiper does work without the glass. Next up, the number 90, More for Less Auto Sales 2000 Chevy Uplander, also sponsored by Sean's Auto Salvage. Hey, going around and around, Kendall, Wisconsin's Matt Moore. Seeing Moore spin that van sideways is a complete oddity, since I don't think I've ever seen him do that. For you newcomers, he's one of our pro van drivers. Glad he's got the tailgate off, because if you've ever wanted to race a minivan, you can take a nice look in the back of that and see, just tear everything out. Leave the driver's seat, maybe the radio. A lot of them still have the horn. Only one, though. The other one's busted. They broke it last night. Last year's champ and this year's point leader, the 77 Crazy Dave's Auto Repair 2000 Chevy Venture. He's won all 4 features this year out of La Crosse, Wisconsin, Rob Stanfield. Sponsored by Marge's on Rose Street and Mom and Dad. So Keith Larson has QuickTime. Currently, Rob Stanfield has also captured every QuickTime this year. Kind of like what Weber has done in the Sportsman class. Digs it in off of 4, and both laps would have qualified as QuickTime. So that will do it for the Mountain Dew minivans, and unofficially, your QuickTime qualifier is Rob Stanfield.
Well, definitely a little bit of an interesting set of minivan qualifying there. Rob Stanfield taking the fast time. Appears to be a 17.844. And it looks like the street stocks will be coming up next for qualifying. I'm Jesse Von Ruden, filling in for Rick Wilson this week. Getting qualifying in here for a thrilling night of racing action. All the racing starts out here at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway at 7:30. We're going to see a jam-packed field. We got street stocks, the minivans, the hobby stocks, the Sportsman, and of course the late models. And our novelty event tonight, the tag team race. That one's going to be pretty interesting.
Also sponsored by Dan's Trucking and Hidden Inn Bar and Grill. $17,847. Fry's one of those drivers that can set QuickTime right off the bat and make everybody else chase it. 18,299, 18,299. Here comes a new one. Had a fire sale of street stocks here at the Speedway this week. So who was one of the first ones to come up? The Thompson family. That is first-time driver, teeny tiny Aaron Thompson, the 83T.
Look at her foot. She's tapping.
Aaron's first qualifying is going to be here in just a moment. Get that time here in a minute. She was doing a nice job in practice, staying out of everybody's way, kind of learning the grooves of the quarter mile.
She don't look scared. She took that one pretty aggressive.
Still trying to get the scoring to work with us today, so Aaron will get a free one here. Aaron Teeny Tiny Thompson. Next out, the number 27 is the Erdman's Auto Body 93 Buick Century. Out of Winona, the Pink Pony, Alex Leapsh. Auto Center Towing, Boondocks Repair, Jano Collectibles, Grandma and Grandpa Inglet, Mom and Dad, thanks Norton. Sponsors of the 27. $17,655, $17,655. Next time around for Leapsh, 17,925, 17,925. Here comes the brother. 06 Jano Collectibles, Chevy Malibu out of Winona, Minnesota, Zach Leapsh. Auto Center Towing, CB Shop Marks Hot Water Pressure Washing, Boondocks Repair, Epic Media, Grandma Inglet, and thanks Alex.
$25.71 for Leapsh on his first time around. Car doesn't sound like it's up to power there much. A lot of sputtering as he slows down the backstretch. Something we'll have to work on before the heat races later tonight. $21,355 his second time around.
Next up, the number 10 Auto Towing and Repair Ford Taurus out of Winona, Adam Kit Kat Curley. Kit Kat Curley joining the Street Stocks midway through the season. $21,554 for Kit Kat Curley.
Curley at a 19,649 his second turnaround.
Next up, the number 94 SBR Engineering 98 Ford Taurus out of York, Wisconsin, Steve Brosda. Herb's Repair, EPR No Limits Motorsports. Crew chief for 18 years, turned driver, 18040, 18040. $17,980, that is Steve Brosden. Next out is the 33 Pony Motorsports Pontiac Grand Prix. Also from Winona, Minnesota, Mike Heyer. Sponsored by Inova Furnishings and The Shed. $17,492. He's bringing life into that Pony Motorsports 33. Had some problems out here a couple of weeks ago. $17,968. Next up, the number 80 out of West Salem, Wisconsin, unsponsored. Rob Schleifer, 3 heat wins under his belt this year, still searching for that first feature win. Heyer has fast time currently. $17,196, $17,196. Schleifer's second time, a little bit slower, 17,407, but he does have what we call quick time. Next out, the number 24, the Shed 2004 Taurus. Out of Rochester, Minnesota, it's Spencer Splatter Nevinger. Sponsored by J&C, we buy auto junk. And no, I did not give him that nickname. That is self-titled. 21-112, 21-112. Second time for Splatter Nevinger. 26-9-0. Next out, first time he was in that car was at Toma last night. What a heat race. Used to have that ugly Thunderbird. 25S 2004 Grand Am out of Eau Claire, Wisconsin, Austin. Speedy Shot. More for Less Auto Sales and Apps Computers on that car. That's the old Alex Rude 6-cylinder from last year. Shot told me last night, he said the Thunderbird was embarrassing, so it went bye-bye.
He likes to get real close to them tires in 3 and 4.
18,494, 18,494. Next up, the 21P Feature Sports Bar and Grill Ford Fusion out of La Crosse, Wisconsin, sponsored by Newey's Vogue Bar, Scott Pataska.
Yeah, just so you know, those tires don't.
Oh, I know, there's farm tires. Already called you mother twice, pleased. 17,665, good time for Pataska. Remember, Bill, when that car came out about a month ago, how clean it did look for a while?
Only took one feature to take care of that.
I knew that wasn't going to happen. It was clean for 3 races, believe it or not. That last feature, man, whoo-wee. Added all kinds of smileys on there in rubber. Next up, the number 22, 2004 Pontiac Grand Am, coming out of Buffalo City, Wisconsin. Skylar Skiller Posance. Skiller Posance. Got a new rim on that back left tire.
I don't know. I wasn't here for it. Sorry. I hear it's going to get fixed, though.
17,259, 17,259 for Posance. Posance 17,765, 17,765. Next up, the number 14, Crazy Dave's Auto Repair, 2009 Chevy Impala. That is Johnny Hebner out of La Crosse. That's 24,225. Not thinking that that's John Hebner. He's got a silver 14. Just didn't look like him in the car. It's like a little Chevy. Try to find out who that driver is. No, that's not Hebner. Next up, the number 31 No Limits Motorsports 2002 Acura TL Type S out of Winona, Clayton Cheeto Hessig. Sponsored by Jano Collectibles, Epic Media, Boondocks Repair, Bauer Build Tire and Service. Cheeto currently 4th in points. 17,691. 17,691. About 20 cars in the feature tonight. This is going to be outstanding. 17,819. Next up, the number 12 Advantage Auto Savage 2001 Pontiac Grand Am out of Toma, Al Bartles. I'd like to know what the first car he raced on a quarter mile 30 years ago was.
I'm guaranteeing you it's a Ford, and it was purple.
What kind of car was it?
A Ford? I don't know. I'm just guaranteeing you it was a Ford.
17,706 first time around. Everybody chasing Rob Schleifer on the scoring tower.
I'm pretty sure it was at a track just south of here in between Toma and Sparta.
17,897, 17,897. Next out is the K9. That is Reckless John Clausen. TJ Autoglass 2000 Acura out of Onalaska. FTC Farm sponsoring that car.
Jordan Shams out of Onalaska, the Black 14. Clausen, 19,643 his first time around. You know, I look at his windshield, it reminds me of Ricky Bobby with the Fig Newtons across the windshield.
If it's Clausen, it's probably dirt. $19,309. Next out in the Chevy, the number 28 is Westby, Wisconsin's Justin Erdman. 98, that is. Chevy Monte Carlo. Lacrosse's Keith Larson. Just had that car last week, as a matter of fact. He's had about 3 Pontiacs over the past 2 years. 17,356, so he's changed over to it being a Chevy guy. Came close to the wall that time. Larson 18,783. Here is your point leader, the number 42 Pontiac Grand Prix out of La Crosse. That's Chris Larson. He has a 5-point lead over Jake Chalmers. Might have had a wrench or something fall out of his car in turn 2. There is some debris down there. So it's 16,781. His quick time 17,920. Chris Larson now has time. The man chasing him. 2 feature wins on the year. The 44, Chalmers Painting 2003 Acura CL, sponsored by the Hoka Co-op, La Crescent's Jake Chalmers. Difference is an SL and a CL. That is a 6-speed. And from what we get under Billy Doc Niles, he's got a rare Acura. And quick time. We're second fastest, now fastest. 16,942, 16,942. Next out is the number 61 Steiny's Barrow for Pontiac Grand Am. Winona, Minnesota's Matt Dreskowski. Oh, looks like his son's going to be driving it tonight. Tristan Dreskowski in the Steiny's Bar entry. 17,111. He had some problems with his new car last night. Midwest Bonding, Harris HVAC and Refrigeration, Mike Vogel Enterprises, and Tia's Tots on that car. Second time is 17,504, 17,504. Number 19 is the DZR Racing 03 Acura TL Type S out of Winona, Cameron Riggs. Sponsors include Draz Enterprises, Holiday Inn Express and Suites, Options Plus, Home Care, and Redbox Plus. 17.541, 17.541. Chalmers just missed the track record for street stocks, by the way, by about 20 thousandths of a second. And Cameron Riggs, second time around, is at 18.232. There's the number 13 No Limits Motorsports 2002 Acura Teal Type S out of Winona, Minnesota. Smalls, Jonathan Burbach. Bowerbilt Tire Service, Boondocks Repair on the 13. He's our final entry. First time is in 17.249, that is. 17.249, kind of slipped up in turn 2 there. And a 17.630, 17.630. Your quick time qualifier, and just almost that much broke the track record, but he didn't get it. Jake Chalmers.
Well, way to go there, Jake Chalmers, the fast qualifier now for the street stocks. Came very close to taking home the track record as well, but just a little shy tonight. Of course, we still have a lot more qualifying coming up. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more racing here from the La Crosse Fairground Speedway.
1, 2, 3, 4. 5 meats on the Little Caesars 5-meat feast. A large pizza with pepperoni and sausage and ham and beef and bacon for just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup. Pizza. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 meats on the Little Caesars 5-meat feast. A large pizza with pepperoni and sausage and ham and beef and bacon for just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup. Pizza.
Bolster, Gallagher, Root, Dobbs, and Geiser. As we get closer to the Tobacco Outlet Plus Grocery NASCAR late models, some out-of-towners are back tonight, and there's a really good reason that two of them are here. We'll let you know the main purpose behind Jacob Gady rolling in tonight, and we'll let you know the main purpose of Justin Neisches rolling in tonight as soon as we get to their qualifying.
Well, it looks like we're going to have Sportsman qualifying coming up next, so we're going to take a quick break and be back with that in just a moment.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
4 years in a row and counting. Hi, this is Jerry Byer at Big Boar Barbecue. Once again, La Crosse County has voted us the best barbecue and best caterer in La Crosse County. Making great ribs and great barbecue has always been my passion, and it means a great deal to me that you love what we do. If you haven't tried our ribs, pulled pork, brisket, or smoked chicken, try it and you'll agree. Big Boar Barbecue, a delicious mouthful.
Yeah.
The weather is warmed up and the fishing season is off to a great start. Get your season started with a visit to Ace Sportsland, Ace of La Crosse in the Shelby Mall. Ace features rods and reels from Daiwa, from $12.99 for the beginner to $169 for the pro. Spinning reels like the Sweetfire, Strike Force, or Revros, or bait casting reels like the Tatula series. Plus, check out complete rod and reel combos from Daiwa. So put more fish in your boat this spring with Daiwa rods and reels from Ace of La Crosse, Ace Sportsland in the Shelby Mall.
All right, it looks like we have the Sportsman out here ready for qualifying. Let's kick it over to Dan Diker.
97 IAWW Direct 2015 Chevy Camaro, that's Chris Weber. The 03 is the MBM Logistics 2018 Chevy Camaro. The Silver Slingshot, Jeff Thompson. The 68 Moxie's 88 Chevy Monty is West Salem's Great Green Miller Machine, that is Mandy Eckelberg. Back out for her second time, the 07 Ideal Van Rental 88 Chevy Monty is La Crosse's Amy Radke, the Fireball. Also back tonight, the 99 Weir's Machine at 99 Chevy Monty is Jack Litzheim from La Crosse. The number 50 is the Nick's Bar 95 Chevy Monty from West Salem, Tom Lethe. 39, the Northside Mobile 99 Chevy Monty, that's Henry Vian. And the number 21, the Vault 2004 Taurus, is Rockland's Chris Scrady. Jeff Thompson has fast time currently. A 7.31 versus a 7.36. And I knew that was not going to hold. Chris Weber trying to nail down his 8th fast time of the year.
Oh, Bird's out. Where's Bird?
One final entry, the 75 Redneck Express 1969 Ford Fiesta. The new mid-pack legend is what it says. Bangor, Wisconsin's Justin Furberg. Village Inn Overtime Pub, Bangor Lanes, Booze all over that car. Said he was going to come back out last week, but because there was a concert, he lost his entire crew and he didn't feel like riveting the whole car back by himself. So it's Chris Weber, Jeff Thompson, Tom Lethe, Jack Litzheim, Sam Niles, Chris Scrady, Mandy Eckelberg, Henry Vian, and Amy Radke. Points in qualifying are going to start getting really interesting for the Sportsman.
Doesn't have a transponder.
Jeff Thompson and Tom Lethe, of course, could be looking for as many extra points as they can, as Weber unofficially has his 8th straight fast time this year. That's probably going to be as fast as we're going to see these drivers. Majority have already parked them. Berg hasn't been back out in about 3 or 4 weeks, so I would expect him to try to get as many extra laps in as he can. A new motor went into the 07 of Radke after she burned up the first one in turns 3 and 4 about a month ago. And she came out to practice a couple weeks ago, threw a couple of belts. So I'm sure car owner John Radke's got hers putting down as many laps as possible. This is kind of like an extra practice session for Radke, which is awfully smart.
Oh, definitely. Not that much time on here, especially after the problems they had the first time. So, this is a good experience for her to get out there with all the cars, take about 5 to 10 minutes of driving around everybody and get used to what you're doing.
Radke averaged an extra 4 laps.
That's Sarver.
Well, it looks like coming up next we're going to have the late model, so let's take another quick break. We'll be back with that in just a moment.
Hey guys, I'm home. I got a Little Caesars 5-meat feast.
Wow, that's a lot of pepperoni.
That's a lot of sausage.
That's a lot of ham.
That's a lot of beef.
I'm here to help.
Look at all that bacon. What have I done?
Get a Little Caesars large 5-meat feast for just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza, pizza.
All right, Mike Carlson's first official qualifying lap is a 21.65. I got a feeling last week we had 9 drivers under 20 seconds. I feel that's going to happen again.
Yeah, it's warm enough, but you're picking up a lot of traction in turns 3 and 4 where the shadows are. So that's where we're going to get some good bite and some good launch off that turn 4 corner.
19.956. There's our first one right off the chute. 19.956 for Mike Carlson, 5th in points. Next out is the number 51 Justin Freightline's 2018 Chevy, Pittman Oil and Plant Sandblasting. Eagan, Minnesota's Justin Neischius. Now, Justin Neischius is 29th in the nation for the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series National Division I points. He's also 5th in the state of Minnesota, 24.52, 24.52. So Neischius is 29th in NASCAR Whelen All-American Series national points, and that, Billy Doc Niles, is the highest he's ever been.
Yeah, and coming to La Crosse just adds to that national point total. Whatever he gets tonight, it's a little addition to what he gets weekly up there at his track in Minnesota.
22.62, 22.62. Second time didn't register. We're going to send him out to do it one more time. Next up, the number 51 features Sports Bar and Grill with sale of 2018-20 Camry, Justin Mulliken out of Holman. Architectural metal specialist, Moxie's Restaurant and Sparta Dental Center on that car. 24.10, a 24.10 for Justin Mulliken.
I know Mulliken's been putting a lot of time in on that car. Not been happy with the speeds this year, so you can see little bits of improvement each week. Hopefully you'll have it where he wants it tonight.
23.68 and 23.68. That is Holman's Justin Mulliken. Brand new ride for our veteran late model driver, the number 58 Meade 2018 Chevy SS. Out of Huntington, West Virginia, Jeff Sarver. We know he's from La Crosse, but on the sheet it says Huntington, West Virginia.
He must be taking tips from Dalton Zier.
23,582. He did not have a chance to practice this afternoon, so he may be a little bit sluggish right off the bat. Nothing wrong with that. $23,295, 23 through 295. That is Jeff Sarver. Next out, he's tied for the NASCAR point lead here at La Crosse. The number 66 Wilson Oil Company 2019 Chevy out of West Salem, Steve Carlson. Gordon Epping CPA, Graph Electric, Butch's Slot Car Bodies. Carlson is currently 12th in the nation for the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series points. And he's tied for second in the state of Wisconsin, 36 behind Paninsky. 21-15, he's trying to topple his son on the Tobacco Plus Grocery late model scoring tower.
Carlson, a former track champion, or a national champion back in 2007, second in the nation last year, looking to make that one spot better this year.
19,982, 19,982, Steve Carlson. Next up, the 72 Northern Racing Products 2017 Chevy out of Carver, Minnesota, Jacob Gady. He's been here 3 times this year, 3 quick times. He had a 19.667 right off the trailer last week. Big Johnson Tires, Suburban GM Parts, Chevy Performance, and TJ's Exteriors. 19.912 right off the bat. Jacob Gady, folks, is number 3 in the nation for the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series points. 38 points out of first place. He's got 5 more races here and a couple at his home track. Number 3 in the nation. 19.758, 19.758 for Jacob Gady. Next to qualify, the 77 Pischke Motors 2010 Dodge Charger out of Rockland, Wisconsin. That's Jimmy Summerfield. Cordy Industrial Battery, RBS Recycling, Subway of Sparta, and JS Racing. Jacob Gady's 36 points out of the national lead. He could race here at least 5 more times.
Yeah, and he's got his home track goes to the middle of September, so he's got plenty of time to catch whoever's in first.
23.619, 23.619. There's a newcomer that's leading the national points. The guy that's won it like the past 2 or 3 years is running K&N now. And second is that Rocco guy. Seen him in the top 5 for a long time. 22.917, 22.917 Jimmy Summerfield. Down below, the 86 features Sports Bar and Grill of Home in 2018 Chevy. Out of West Salem, Wisconsin, the underdog, John Eckelberg. Pops Blue Ribbon, Festival Foods, Legacy Painting and Sandblasting, Moxie's, and Bubba's Meats. Sponsoring that car. $21,254, $21,254. Justin Neisches, by the way, 9th and 7th in the double features last week. $21,046, John Eckelberg. Next up, it is brand new Habelman Brothers Company 2017 Chevy Double S out of Sparta, Wisconsin. The Jokester Harley Jankowski. Kurt Shop Modern Disposal Service and CJ Construction. First time he's had that car out of the shop. 28.69. He was telling me right after practice that he was having some carburetor problems, so they ran back to Toma and got a new one.
It sounds like he's still got a little bit of a miss. You can hear that little grumble as he comes down the front stretch.
Second time for the Jokester Jankowski. 27.54. I know he's not going to be happy with that. 27.54 Harley Jankowski. Next up, the number 99 Partington Racing 2019 Chevy Double S out of Farmington, Minnesota. Jeff Partington, he's got 3 heat race wins on the year. Matter of fact, the past 3 races, he's won a heat race. So he's going to try to go for his 4th straight tonight. Driving Susie. 2652, a 2652. Did you see his Facebook this week? He had a huge part sale, like 9 manifolds.
Yeah, I saw some sway bars for sale,
7
some manifolds.
transmissions. Holy, he was cleaning out the shop.
He's probably making room for a new car. I sell that much stuff. Don't tell his wife I said that.
Well, he's got that car for sale. 2367 to 2367. Jeff Partington driving Susie. Next up, the 02 Gasoline Alley Toys and Antiques 2018 Chevy out of West Salem, Carter Christensen. Ken's Auto Repair, Jeff Martin Custom Construction, Brushworks, and Culligan of La Crosse. $24.87 to $24.87. Carter Christensen, here comes pass number 2. 22:45 at 22:45. Surprisingly, 3 drivers have dipped under 20 seconds, but I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, 7 more that could do it. Next up, the 03 Creative Screen Print 2018 Chevy out of Coon Valley, Wisconsin. Squirt, Adam Degenhardt. Degenhardt Garage, CPL Services, Outdoor Services, and Nick's Bar sponsoring that car. $22.52 at $22.52. Adam Degenhardt running a part-time schedule in 2019. Whoa, a little bit wobbly at a turn 4. 21.566. Save that for the front straight wall. That's Adam Degenhardt. Next up, the number 5 Dan Shoe Repairs. Chevy Monte Carlo out of La Crosse, Wisconsin. Jeff Tater Pataska. Builders Supply, Nutbush City Limits. Frank Custom Renovation and Construction. Dick's Pallet Works, and Dairy Queen of Lasky was there for the Children's Miracle Network on Wednesday.
I heard they had a lot of kids there.
22,246, 22,246. Nice to see that Jeff Pataska is supporting the Children's Miracle Network. And at 21,664, almost shaved a second off that. 21,664. Next driver actually has 1 quick time qualification to himself this year. He was holding down the leaderboard for quite a bit last week. The number 6 5-Star Telecom 2017 Chevy out of Chaseburg, Wisconsin, Randy Humfeld. $20.058. I feel a 19-second coming up here. $20.058. Johnny's Hobbies and Pedretti Crop Insurance located on that.
Humfeld, a former Sportsman track champion. Full-time this season in the late models.
I called that one. Ooh, 19.868 third to second fastest. 19.868 for Humfeld. He's enjoying that car.
Yeah, he's been pretty consistent. In the top 5 in qualifying every week, and usually in the top 5 by the end of the feature.
Next up, the number 7 Jay Buckley Baseball Tours 2017 Chevy, the 2016 NASCAR Wayland, Wisconsin Rookie of the Year. That was only 3 years ago. La Crosse's Don Thunder Turner. Factory Motors, Coulee Region Land Surveyors, J-Line Design Race Wraps, and Hungry Peddler. That's a 24-28, a 24-28 for Don Thunder Turner.
Turner will be honored this year at Oktoberfest. It is the 50th anniversary of Oktoberfest. He will be honored as the only driver in the history to compete in every single event.
He'll wind it up off of turn 4 and put down a 2186. 2186, Don Thunder Turner, not bad.
The old man putting the pedal to her.
Puts him in the top 5. Next out, he won one of the features last week, the Kachow number 8, Clements Automotive 2019 Chevy Monty. Out of West Salem, Nick Clements. Interstate Roofing, Genzine's Game Day Pub, Johnny's Hobbies, and U.S. Bank. Back-to-back Sportsman championships in 15 and 16.
And the current track record holder in the Sportsman class. Whoa, right off the bat, a 19.918. Clements came to play tonight. Let's see if he can get to take a shot at Gady here.
Again, Gady has a 19.758. 19.758, the time to beat. 99.3 mile per hour. 19.795, that is good for second fastest. 19.759. Hey, the top 6 get their own race, too. It's called the Bud Dash for Cash. 6 cars, 6 laps, period. Next up, the number 8K, City Auto Sales 2019 Chevy Double S. Out of La Crosse, the Honey Badger Brent Kirschner. Solberg Design TSK Auto Service for the Honey Badger Brent Kirschner. $23.03 at $23.03 for Kirschner. That guy used to run a couple of series. He won the last Dodge race here at La Crosse.
The last NASCAR AutoZone race, yeah.
21.05 at 21.05. Bud Dash for Cash, by the way. Carlson Panitsky tied on that one as well. And they're both still in the Chase Championship. Next up, the number 12 Mergic Race Engines 2019 Chevy Monty coming out of Rosemount, Minnesota, Nick Mergic. Justman Freight Lines, CrossFit Calypso, and Suburban Chevrolet. Second week in a row that Mergics traveled down here. 21.37 at 21.37. I feel a 19-second knocking on the door, Billy Doc.
Oh, most definitely. Mergic, another one of those well-traveled veterans. Runs a little bit with the ARCA Midwest Tour. Races part-time up at his home track at Elko, Minnesota.
Trying to knock Brent Kirschner out of the 6-for-6 dash. Ooh, a little bit slower. 22.23, 22.23 for Mergic. 7th fastest. Next out, he will get Rookie of the Year. He does have a heat race win this year. The number 14 Fastenal 2015 Chevy. 2018 Sportsman champ, Bangor Steve Bachman. Noodleman Grain, Weir's Machine, Lawn Keepers, FJ Rober's Company, DJ Dan Diker, Castle Realty, and Jano Collectibles. Nice, 20.061. That just put him in the 6-for-6 dash momentarily. 20.061, but there's a 22 lurking down there.
There's a 22, there's a 23. 4 or 5 cars left, still very fast cars can make it into the dash.
20.014, 20.014, Bachman 6th fastest. Had Jeremy Wagner could get himself in the 6-for-6 dash just like that too. Matter of fact, any of the last 4. Next up, the 18E Bob's Bar 2019 Chevy. 96 NASCAR Late Model Rookie of the Year in La Crosse. Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin's Mike Eady, better known as Stitch. The Dugout 47, Cratchy's BP, Portage Sign & Design, and Eady Construction. 22.92, 22.92. 25 NASCAR late models are with us here this evening.
It's going to be
talk about a good feature.
That's going to be a fun feature to watch. You got a lot of heavy hitters coming at this one tonight. Eady now
10th fastest, 22.31, 22.31 for Stitch. Here comes the birthday boy. The number 18 Martin's Milk Service 2017 Ford Fusion out of Onalaska, Wisconsin, Jeremy Wagner. Martin Warehousing, Paz Ingredients, Arm Transportation, Weir's Machine, J&O Collectibles, and Cooley Refrigeration. Birthday Boy would like to start things off. Billy Doc Niles with a 6-for-6 run. 10th fastest, 22.02.
He's going to have to shave a good 2 to 3 tenths off to secure his spot in that dash, because you see you got two big snipers coming behind us and a veteran driver who hasn't visited us all year till tonight.
Second time around for Jeremy Wagner. 7th fastest, just missed it, 20.30. 20.30. Next up, he's tied for the point lead. He's qualified fastest 3 times this year. He's number 12 of the nation, number 1 in Wisconsin for NASCAR points. The number 22 Mountain Dew Ice 2019 Chevy, Lonsdale, Minnesota's Nick Panitsky. 4th fastest, just like that, 19.905. He's gunning for a 7.58. Rich Volden Construction, Cooler Region Diesel Repair, Mountain Dew Game Fuel, and Frog Racing.
Panitsky not fooling around this year. He's taking aim at that national title. He already has a feature win down at Madison, and he's been running really well here. 5 feature wins right to the top of the board, 19.748.
Fast time for Nick Panitsky. He'll start the truck for the 6-for-6 dash. Next out, the number 23, Steiger Steel 2018 Chevy out of La Crosse, Wisconsin, Brad Powell. Gordon Epping CPA, Reedy Concrete, Tomcat Racing Engines, and Clements Automotive on that car. So Steve Carlson on the bubble for the dash. 19.997, 19.997.
Carlson in jeopardy of losing the dash right here.
19.889, that's 5th fastest. Mike Carlson will replace Steve Carlson in the 6-for-6 dash currently.
And Steve Carlson will have to come through a heat race.
Next up, first time he's here, Wiley Venture, the number 27 Michaels Truck Equipment 2016 Chevy. On a Westby, Wisconsin, that is Tony Bagstad. Tony Bagstad.
Got to see Tony at the Hairball concert last night, reminisced about some of the fun we had in the old Sportsman days.
23.73, 23.73. Not bad for first time out this year.
Yeah, but that's pretty good for somebody that's just got like 2 or 3 practices under his belt. He was hemming and hawing last night. I don't know if I want to bring it out. Well, we got his answer right here. Here he is coming around for his second try in qualifying.
And at 21.33, Tony Bagstad going to put him 11th fastest. And that unofficially wraps up qualifying, your unofficial quick time qualifier. With a 19.748 is Nick Panitsky.
Well, we're going to see a lot more of that from Panitsky tonight. It is a warm one out here at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. Looking at the official temperature right now, it is 90 out. And the way it's looking, it's going to stick pretty much in the 80s and the the upper 70s, pardon me, most of the night. So we want to make sure it's a gorgeous night out here at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. You want to make sure you get down here. You still have plenty of time. We start our first race here at 7:30. That's when all the fun begins. We'll be here all night. So for Luke on camera, I'm Jesse filling in for Rick. Join us for Night's Thunder coming up next here, well, at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway, or otherwise Sunday night at 7 p.m.